Hello guys and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going through my round 15 AFL tips plus predictions. So let's get started into the video. Alright, so let's get into the reviews now. We only had 6 games this round, of course, because of the bye. In this game, I don't know why my tip didn't enter again. I don't know why all my tips didn't enter. I tipped the Power in this one, just thought they'd be able to get it done. In the first half, they looked really poor, but then just pulled a win over Geelong, and I don't know what the Cats are doing at the moment. They have all their players back. It's disappointing to see Paddy Dangerfield rushed to hospital with an injury now. So that's disappointing to see from the Cats, but they're just disappointing. I'm probably going down in the rankings because these tips didn't enter for whatever reason. But on Friday night, we had Brisbane taking on the Swans, and I just thought the Lions would be able to get it done. They should have won that game by more, to be honest. You know, the Swans, they actually took it up to the Lions. I thought this one would probably be about 26 points. It ended up only being 16, but yeah, Lions too strong. And then the Giants absolutely I can't even talk. They absolutely thrashed Fremantle out of the park. For whatever reason, the Dockers, you know, that's one of their lowest scores I've seen from them, probably their bottom 4 lowest scores. It was just disappointing to see from Fremantle, and to be honest, I don't think they're going to make finals if they play like that, and I don't think they will from here. The Giants, on the other hand, now sneak up to 11th. I take them for the spoon this year. Oh, God, when I react to the end of year predictions, it's going to be crazy to see, but you know, we don't know where the Giants are going to finish this year. It was just an absolute blowout. Managed to get it done there, the Giants, and then unfortunately my Saints couldn't get it done against the Tigers. We had a good start to the first quarter, but we didn't even lead in the first quarter. It was very high scoring. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch the rest of this game, so I had to watch the replay. But yeah, the Saints, we didn't play awfully, but yeah, we just couldn't take it up to the Richmond Tigers, and you know, it was very rainy. Richmond just adjusted to the rain obviously quicker and managed to get the job done there. In the third quarter, though, it looked like we came back. We were going to come back and obviously win the game, but no, it was just for Richmond, they managed to pick up a win, and maybe now they could make the 8. It says it all. They're 9th. They could possibly make the 8 this year. I think they're a good crack at it. And then the Blues, finally, I just thought that it's against the Suns. It's at the MCG. I'm not going to lie. I was actually differing. I know I tipped Gold Coast, but I was actually differing to tip Carlton in this one. I just thought this could be the game where they get going. Just based on form, you know, I thought the Suns would be able to get the job done. In the end, I just had that sneaking feel that Carlton would get it done. They did, even though I tipped Gold Coast. They managed to get it done by 60. It was just a poor day from the Suns. They just had one of those poor days. The Blues look like how they played last year. Could they make finals? I think they've left it too late, and it's not even too late. They've just been playing poor footy all year, apart from the start of the year of the Blues. But yeah, great win to see for them. And then this game, which was quite a good game to finish off the round, to be honest. It was North Melbourne taking on the Dogs. The Dogs managed to get it done by 21 points. And again, it was one of those games where North Melbourne took it up to them. You know, they were leading by about 15 points in the first quarter, even though they did get a couple of free kicks. They're actually putting a decent score now, North, 84 points. They're actually showing up to games and taking leads throughout the game. I say this again, they're being way more competitive, which is great to see. If being honest, they should just give Radham back the job or find a new coach. I can see Kalarko coming back, but I don't think he should. I think North Melbourne are at a good stage, all the young players. You know, they didn't really show up to this game, and it was just the Dogs in the end who managed to walk away with the win, but it's great to see from the young North Melbourne talents. They're definitely showing up to games now, so that's great. Anyways, let's get into the predictions, because that's what we're here for. On Thursday night football, it's Geelong taking on the Demons. Now, Geelong get another Thursday night football schedule. It's at GMHBA. This one, actually, people may think, you know, this is going to be a Melbourne win, obviously, but I can see this. I don't know, there's just something in me in this one that's going to... The odds are going with Melbourne. There's just something in me that just feels like... Yes, the Cats played poor against Port Adelaide, but there's just something in me, a premiership... You know, they won the premiership. They've been so poor. There are just some games that they can really just show up in that first half. The first quarter really only. The Cats look like, oh, here we go. Yeah, I think this is Port Adelaide's time. Well, it was against the Premiers. They're going to lose this game, and obviously not. That third quarter was just amazing from Port Adelaide. Yeah, look, Geelong now without Patrick Dangerfield, it's going to be hard for the rest of the season. I still think they're able to make finals, but Geelong were just very disappointing in the game. You know, they led at quarter time, but other than that, they just got, I don't know what happened to them. In the second quarter, only kicked one goal, and that's what really led Port back into the game. It gave Port Adelaide so much momentum that, they managed to walk away with the win. And, Sam Powell-Pepper in the game was on fire. Unfortunately, Jeremy Cameron, Tyson Stengel, they were really disappointing in the game. And there are a couple more people that I could name that were disappointing that aren't showing up. They need to show up for the team. And, Tom Hawkins, he's still doing a great job there, commentated on the weekend. Both teams look, Melbourne coming off a bye, I just think that they'll be too strong with Demons, but there is something in me. I've actually been going against Geelong lately, and they haven't been getting the results. They took it up to the Dogs. I actually feel like they might just, at GMHBA, there's just something in me. It just feels so weird. I'm going to tip Geelong. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm actually going to tip the Cats. I know that may seem stupid, but they're the premiership. I don't know, there's just something in me that I'm not going to tip them comfortably, but there's just something in me. I don't know. I know the Demons are on great form. They've just come off a bye, but there's just something in me. I'm going to tip an upset here. I'm doing it. I don't care. It's at GMHBA, and I know they haven't actually been too great there lately. I'll go Geelong here to win, to get the job done by 10 points. I think it'll be close, but I actually can see Geelong winning this one for whatever reason. And then it's my Saints taking on the Lions at Marvel Stadium at 5:50pm time slot over here in Perth. Both of these sides, have been doing pretty decent. The Saints trying to sneak into the top 4, and the goal this year is for the Saints, obviously, to make finals. I still have hope in us to make finals. It's round 14. We're still going pretty strong. It's win-loss, win-loss. I still think we'll hang in for finals. I don't think we're going to drop off. I don't think we're going to make top 4, however. I think we're going to finish 6th or 7th. I feel like we'll drop off just a tad the rest of the season, but both sides on great form, especially the Lions. They the Lions lost to Hawthorn a couple of weeks ago, and they're being very poor, but they only got the win against Sydney, and it was at the Gabba too. I felt like the Lions should have won that game by 5 or 6 goals with the scoring shots they had, the Lions. But yeah, even the Swans took it up here, and I'm going to tip against my Saints and go with the Lions at the worst time possible. Like, seriously, if we win this game, we're just going to fall into 4th spot. And we go win-loss, win-loss. We just didn't play how we wanted to play against Richmond. Trent Cotchin's 300th. Yeah, look, it was just a bit disappointing to see from our Saints, apart from quarter time. And yes, we didn't lead at quarter time, but we were still very strong. We did get a couple of frees too, which, I think we need to start showing up to games when we really need to win them, when we really desperate to make finals. We just need to show up and win them. I think we'll be competitive in this game, but just because it's the Lions, and the last time we played them at Marvel, I felt like we should have won the game. We had more scoring shots. I think maybe we just couldn't finish, and this brings me back bad memories, and that's probably the reason why we missed the 8. We're probably going to miss it anyway, the Saints, but the odds are going with the Lions. I'll tip the Lions here just because I have been a bit biased tipping the Saints, but why wouldn't I? We're sitting 5th, but I just think the Lions will be a bit too strong here. And I'll go the Lions here to win by 15 points. And, my big call will be, I'm going to do a big call for this game. Max King will kick 3 or more goals in this game. It's not really a big call, but I'll just make that prediction there. And, we'll move on. And then on a pretty boring game, West Coast taking on Sydney at the SCG. Now, I'm going to tip the Swans here because the Eagles, I feel like they will be more competitive, with the bye, they should be a bit more competitive because they really need to recover after Adelaide lost. That was just so disappointing to see from the Eagles. But I just think the Swans will be a bit too strong in this one here. And the Swans, while they have been very competitive in games, they probably should have lost that game by 5 or 6 goals, to be honest, with the scoring shots Brisbane said, as I said again. But, the Swans, they're not too bad now. They actually are showing up to games being a bit more competitive. But, I just think Sydney will be too strong here, and I think the Eagles actually take it up to them with the SCG. But the Swans should be too strong in this one. I'll tip the Swans here to get it done. Yeah, you could say comfortably. I'll tip the Swans here just with how the Eagles played against the Adelaide Crows. I'll tip the Swans here by 44 points. I think the Eagles will be a bit more competitive, but yeah, that's a 44-point loss. It's not really competitive, but for the Eagles, that kind of is. They're $15. If they actually get this one done, I could see an upset maybe, but I just think the Swans, surely they have to get the win here against the Eagles, who are in no form at the moment. So, yeah, I'll tip the Swans by 44. And then at Optus Stadium, we have a cracking game. Essendon and Fremantle taking each other on. The odds are going with Fremantle here. I'm not agreeing to that. With how they played against the Giants, they do not deserve my tip. And if the Saints probably lose against Brisbane, Essendon will take our spot. So I hope Fremantle will recover and win this game. No, they won't. I'm sorry, they won't, because how they played against the Giants. Yes, the Giants have been competitive in games, and yes, without Sean Darcy, they are a bit of a letdown, but 70 points, I'm sorry, I'm going to tip the Bombers. However, I could see Freo turning up. I think they will turn up in this one, but there's just something in me. I'm going to go with the Bombers here to get this one done by 9. I think this one will be very close, but Essendon snag win. I mean, they're on a 4... they're probably due for a loss, to be honest, Essendon. They're on a 4-game winning streak. I think they will. This could be the one they lose. I feel like the Dockers have the hope to bounce back, but just on, they don't deserve my tip. It's literally it's literally a team that has a 4-game winning streak to a team that's just had 2 losses, and one of them has been 70 points against the Giants. So they do not deserve my tip here, Freo. Could see them winning this game, definitely. And I feel like they might actually win this game. And I'm going to go with the Bombers. They just do deserve my tip. They're probably due for a loss, but I'll tip them there. And then we have Collingwood and Adelaide taking on each other at the G. Both of these sides, now the Crows had a bye this week, and so did Collingwood. And Collingwood finally got a loss against the Demons. They just weren't strong enough in that game, and it was one of their worst games of the year by far. But yeah, look, I think I'll go with I'll probably go with Collingwood, just with how Adelaide play away from home. I just think the odds are going with the Pies. I think they'll just be too strong. I think, they'll respond off that Melbourne game. I would be very surprised if we see them lose 2 in a row. Then Port, obviously, going to be the real premiership favourites. But I just feel like they'll just be able to get it done. The Crows, they don't play good away from home. And, being at the MCG, they won't be able to stand that Collingwood chant. I think those Mighty Pies will bounce back and they'll go to win this one. Yeah, and I'm going to go the Pies to win this one. I know it was only 1 point last time. I go the Magpies to win it by 31. Adelaide just can't play away from home. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if this gets up to 50 points. However, I'll back in them to get done only by 31. I just feel like the Crows can't play away from home. However, against the Eagles, they were very strong. So, actually, because of that stat, I'll go with the Collingwood Magpies only by 21. I'll take 10 off of it. They should be competitive in this one. It was only 1 point deficit last time since they versed, and it was at the Adelaide Oval, so no surprises there. But I'll go with the Pies. And then at HBS Stadium, Heritage Bank Stadium, the new Metricon Stadium rename, we have the Suns taking on the Hawks. The odds are going with the Suns. There's just something in me that's going with the Hawks in this one. Should I tip another upset? I'll go with the Suns here by 15. Actually by 16. I think they'll be able to get it done. I just think with the Hawks, if they actually win this game, I don't think they're going to finish bottom 4 this year, the Hawks. Just with the teams above them, though, the Hawks, for them to make the 8 is very rare, and for them to not finish bottom 4 is very rare. But they've been very good. I mean, they've had a bye this week, took it up against the Lions. I just feel like I want to go with the Hawks, but yeah, with the way the Suns played against the Blues, it was very disappointing, but I think they'll be able to just bounce back here and get the win. And I'll go with the Suns to get it done by 16 at Metricon Stadium. Review time it is. I went with the Geelong Cats in an upset. I went with the Lions, I went with the Swans, went with the Bombers, went with the Collingwood Magpies, went with the Suns, and then, of course, there are the teams that have a bye this week. And let me hit submit on those tips, because I don't want to go down the rankings just because I made that little mistake, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to submit my tips and stand proud and tall. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you did enjoy, please do hit the like and subscribe button. It would help out this channel a lot. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. I better go catch Scoops's premiere video. So I'll see you guys in the next one.